Good morning, sir.
Good morning, very good morning to all. We got 38 people.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, very good
Good
morning.
morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
So this is, I think, really very good morning because we got a very nice number of students. Should we start?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So in the previous lecture, we covered the introduction part, right? How the course will be running in the semester and how the assessments will be done. This was covered in the previous lecture. In this lecture, we start with the oscillations, the first unit. Okay, and this lecture, this PPT was prepared by Dr. Saurav Marek, and I must mention his name here. Okay, anyhow, you will get those PPTs in form of videos. So if you have any problem, you can consult those videos and me also. Okay, so oscillations and waves. What do you understand with the oscillation? I think you know this term very well, and waves also is known by you very well. But still, I want to hear from your side. What is oscillation? Can anybody tell? Let me tell your name. From last, Vanshika, can you tell me what is oscillation in your own opinion?
So periodic motion.
Yes, exactly correct. And what about the waves? What are waves? Okay, I
Sir,
understood.
disturbance of one or more fields.
Yes, then this was the oscillation, because oscillation is also a disturbance, a kind of disturbance. Okay, let me go forward. What is oscillation? The definition given by Vanska was very nice. It is the repetitive variation. It is the disturbance which repeats itself, okay, in time. And if this oscillation repeats itself in the space along with the time, then it is a wave. Okay, so what is oscillation? Oscillation is a repetitive variation in time. Okay, of what? Of anything, of any field or of the position of any particle. Okay, between two or more states. Two or more states also possible, because it is oscillation only, right? Like in this case, this mass attached with this spring is oscillating. Why? Because its position is getting changed and it is repeating its position with the time. So this is the oscillation. Now these oscillations can be everywhere around you. This is one example, mass attached with the spring. But electrically also, electrical oscillators are there. You are using in your home. How are you using those electrical oscillator? Can anybody tell any example of electrical oscillator? This is very common. Almost every household has this electrical oscillation. Swapnil, can you tell? Just guess.
Sir, bell.
Okay, electric bell. It is one type of electrical oscillator because it is also oscillating. Okay, great. Somebody else? Sumer, can you tell? Another example.
Water, sir.
Water, but electrical oscillator. I am asking for electrical oscillator.
Sir, speakers.
Speakers, yes, great. So speakers, electric bell, and another is our inverters. When light goes off, then what we use to continue the electricity in the home? So the charge is stored. Please don't annotate it. The charge is stored in the batteries, and we use that stored charge or the DC to make the AC. And for that, we use the inverters. And those inverters are electrical oscillators. And then tuning fork, right? This is mechanical example of oscillations. Then in life sciences, we have human heart. We have nerves in the brain. Those are those are also oscillating. Okay. Then economics. Economics has the cycles up and down. Then geology. In the geology, we have geothermal geysers. Those are the examples of oscillations. So in almost everywhere, we have the oscillations of any type. And that's why the study of oscillations and wave is very important. Okay. So now after oscillation, we come to the wave. What is wave? Wave is any disturbance which is moving with time. Propagating disturbance is a wave. Okay. Are you satisfied with this example or no? With this
Yes, sir.
definition?
Yes, sir.
Propagating
Yes, sir.
disturbance is very small, very compact definition of the wave is the propagating disturbance is a wave. And that disturbance can be in anything, like in any field. If electric field and magnetic fields are getting disturbed, then we get electromagnetic waves, right? And then if we have some position of any particle is getting disturbed and that disturbance is propagating in space with the time, then this is mechanical wave, our sound wave. Correct? Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting it?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Then we have some examples like this. What is this? Can
Water.
you tell? This is what?
Water ripples.
Yes, water ripples.
Waters.
Great. Water waves. Okay. Then can you guess what is this? What are these?
Light, sir.
Flights. Yes. These are two jets. Okay. And those are moving with very high speed, supersonic speed. And so they leave behind the ultrasonic waves. And those waves are picturized using cellular photography. Okay, so this is one example of ultrasonic wave also. One disturbance in the air by the supersonic waves or supersonic jets. Okay, so this is one example of cellular photography. You can Google it. And then what is this?
Surrounding point, sir. Surrounding point.
Surrounding points.
Just-
Surrounding points means?
Uh,
Yes. Yeah, you are right. What do you mean by
source
this?
point. Source point. Sorry, sir. Source point.
Source point? Okay, the previous one was more correct. Okay, somebody else? Somebody else? This is the example of gravitational waves. Okay, and those gravitational waves are formed by two rotating neutron stars. And that's why your first statement was more correct than the second one. Surrounding points or surrounding stars. So surrounding stars, surrounding neutron stars are creating the gravitational waves. So these are the example of gravitational waves. So everywhere you can find the waves. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
And so to explain many phenomena in the nature, we must understand the concept of wave and the oscillations. Fine? So now we start. So this is total content of this unit, simple harmonic motion. Okay, we will study simple harmonic motion in which spring oscillators, simple pendulum, okay, and electrical oscillators will be discussed. Then we'll find the mathematical representation of simple harmonic motion. Okay, then energy, how the energy is stored in the harmonic motions. We'll study this also. Then damped harmonic oscillators will be studied thoroughly, and there will be some definitions only or qualitative description of the forced oscillations. And in this lecture, we'll study these two topics: the simple harmonic motion, what is the meaning of this term, and what is the mathematical equation for the simple harmonic motion. Okay, so let us go through. If somebody has some question or want to ask something, tell.
सर
Yes.
सर पिछला रिवीजन थोड़ा करवा दीजिएगा इसका थोड़ा बेसिक
पिछला
Study of-
revision means पिछला क्या बचा? हाँ, टॉपिक बताओ.
सर सिंपल हार्मोनिक मोशन का उतना हम
हाँ, मैं
cover
वही
नहीं
बताऊंगा. मैं बिल्कुल स्टार्टिंग से स्टार्ट करूंगा कि सिंपल हार्मोनिक मोशन का मीनिंग क्या है एंड हाउ वी डिराइव द इक्वेशंस. वहां से स्टार्ट करेंगे. अगर बाय चांस समथिंग इज एडवांस्ड और समथिंग आई लीव बिहाइंड, देन टेल मी एट दैट टाइम. ओके,
थैंक यू सर.
okay. So simple harmonic motion is what? Simple harmonic motion is a very basic or a special type of motion which repeats itself with a defined frequency and defined amplitude. Why simple? What is simple in this simple harmonic motion? So for the answer for the simplicity, we need to find the meaning of harmonic motion. And before the harmonic motion, we need to know what is the harmonic, or there is a similar word, harmony. What is harmony? Why do people need harmony? Whenever somebody is sad or whenever somebody is not well, then that person needs harmony from the people. So in the old days, very old days, old era, people sing the songs, okay, in the instruments, or they sing the songs to give the harmony. And what do you mean by the song? What do you mean by the music? Music means there are number of waves with varying amplitudes and with different frequencies. Okay, so harmonic motion or harmonic waves means the waves, the simply sound waves, which have multiple amplitudes and which have multiple frequencies. So this is harmonic. So simple harmonic motion came from that word. So simple harmonic motion what? Harmonic motion, harmonic sound means frequency, multiple frequencies, multiple amplitudes. And simple, the basic is single frequency and single amplitude. If a wave has single amplitude, the amplitude is not varying with the time, and it has a single defined frequency, then we'll call that oscillation simple harmonic motion. Okay, am I able to tell you the thing?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So in this way, the simple harmonic motion becomes a special case of the periodic motion. Okay, and what is simple? What is simple in simple harmonic motion? Can you answer it if somebody asks it?
Single amplitude and
Yes.
single frequency.
Yeah, single amplitude, single frequency among the harmonic, multiple harmonic. And all the periodic motions can be modeled by simple harmonic motion because it is the basic motion, basic building block for a rather very much complicated periodic motion. And if we understand the things of simple harmonic motion, we can define every motion, every oscillations, every wave. And so we'll focus only over simple harmonic motion in this chapter or in this topic in the class. Fine? So we go further. So if a object vibrates, how the simple harmonic motions or these waves are created, we'll try to understand. If we have an object and that vibrates back and forth in the same path is not getting changed, back and forth, you need to understand, back and forth. In this way, we are not talking about the fan, ceiling fans or anything. So the oscillations should be back and forth. In each cycle, it should take the same amount of time. Then this motion is called periodic. ठीक. So periodic motion is a back and forth motion with defined time period. Okay. So like this, if a mass is attached with a spring, and at this time, suppose this mass is in rest and this spring is unattached, it is in rest position. Okay. Then if I do this mass is if stretched, or this spring is stretched to make its position at this position, then x is greater than 0 and spring will exert a force on this mass to bring it back, right? So we at the position x at x is positive, then the direction of this force is negative. In the other way, if the mass is at this position, when x is negative, if mass is at this position or x is negative, then this force will be at the along the positive direction. Okay, and this mass is moving back and forth in this way. This is the equilibrium position at x equal to 0. This is one position, stretched position, this is compressed position. So this type of motion is the simple harmonic motion. If a mass moves like this, it is placed here and it is going this side and it is going this side, then this type of motion is simple harmonic motion. Okay, and the maximum distance of the mass from the equilibrium position is known as the amplitude of this mass, of this oscillation. Is it fine?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
Okay, I hope you were already knowing this thing.
12th में पढ़ चुके हैं सर. Yes, sir.
Okay. Then we'll go further. So displacement is what? So displacement is any measure, any position of the mass from the equilibrium point. If x is 0 is defined by this position, then any displacement, any other position other than the x equal to 0 is the displacement of it. So we'll define we'll represent the displacement by x. So x is minus a, means this mass is at negative x direction at a distance from the equilibrium position. And what will happen? The spring will exert a force to regain its position at x equal to 0. Okay. Then again, it comes here. It will not stop at this position, and at this position, at the equilibrium position, the velocity will be maximum. This was one position. What one have done? One has compressed this spring and left the mass at x equal to minus a position. So this is the amplitude. Okay. Then this mass starts moving. It comes to the equilibrium position and gains the maximum velocity. Velocity was 0 at this position. As it comes here, its velocity is increasing and the maximum velocity is at x equal to 0. So this is V maximum. Okay. Again, when it comes to x equal to a, the same distance from which we have left it behind. So at x equal to a, the spring starts pulling it toward the what we say equilibrium position. Okay. When it comes to the equilibrium position, it gains again a velocity v equal to minus v maximum. This v maximum and this v maximum values are the same, but the directions are different. In this state, the direction is along positive x-axis, and this position, the direction is along negative x-axis. So v maximum is the velocity. So in the equilibrium position, the velocity will always be maximum, and at the amplitude position or maximum displacement position, the velocity will be 0. And velocity will be 0 means the potential energy will be maximum. The maximum force was experienced by this mass. Okay. then again it will start moving in this direction. So the time it took from this position to this position is the time period, and this whole is the cycle. This whole is one cycle. This is the amplitude. This is the equilibrium position, and number of cycles per second is the frequency. Okay, so we'll go further. So we have done with the different positions of the mass attached with the spring. Okay, and there are some approximations. The approximations are that the surface is frictionless. The surface is frictionless, and so there is no other force on this mass other than the force applied by the spring. Okay, if it is not so, then the simple harmonic motion will not be there. It will be a damped harmonic oscillation. Okay, and at this point there should be no force on this mass, and then only we will call this position the equilibrium position. Okay, and then the force is increasing as we increase the displacement. So the force is directly proportional to the displacement of this mass, but this force is in opposite direction. So the force is given by minus kx. K is the proportionality constant or spring constant in this case. So F is minus kx and x is the displacement. This force is the force on the mass. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then any vibrating system where the restoring force, this is the restoring force, this wants to restore the position of the mass. Okay, when the restoring force is proportional to the negative of the displacement is known as simple harmonic motion. We know this using this expression. So this is the definition of simple harmonic motion mathematically. Okay, so simple harmonic motion is where the restoring force is proportional to the displacement and it is in negative direction, opposite direction of the displacement. So if we use Newton's law, then force is mass into acceleration. There should be an acceleration because velocity is getting changed for this mass. So if velocity is changing, there is an acceleration, and then acceleration is multiplied with mass will give you the restoring force. So this force is restoring force, which is minus kx, and it is given by mass into acceleration this. So acceleration becomes minus kx by m. This mass is fixed for a fixed system. K is fixed for the fixed system. So x is changing. As the x is getting changed, this acceleration is also getting changed. Right? So when an object moves with simple harmonic motion, whenever its acceleration is proportional to its position and is oppositely directed to the displacement from the equilibrium. Velocity के बारे में हमें पता था. Velocity is along the same direction, right? And velocity is also a function of the displacement. This acceleration is also a function of displacement, but in case of acceleration, it is along negative direction. Okay, so but acceleration we know. So acceleration is derivative of velocity, and velocity is derivative of position or the displacement. So acceleration is given by this expression d2x by dt square, right? So if we put the definition of acceleration in the previous equation, we get this. And this is a second order linear differential equation. Second order why? Second order because there is a second order of derivative here. And linear because it depends upon x only, not the square of x or any other thing. So this is second order differential equation, linear differential equation. The solution of this differential equation becomes very easy if there is a square of something is placed here. So let us suppose this is omega square. Later on we'll know that this omega is the angular frequency of the oscillator. We'll try to know how we are saying this. Am I correct? Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
This is omega square. So the differential equation, final differential equation for the simple harmonic motion is this: d2x by dt square equal to minus omega square x. And the solution of this type of equations are given in terms of sine or cosine. Okay, so this is the solution of this type of equation. You can put x at this point and at this point and check the validity of this solution. Okay, here this phi is a constant. It is known as phase difference, and this omega is the angular frequency of the oscillator. Frequency is given by f 1 by t, and angular frequency is 2 pi f or 2 pi by small t, capital T, right? So this omega is angular frequency. Are you satisfied with this, or you have some question? I want a
No,
question.
sir.
One single question. I need a single question. I left a question behind, that why are we calling this omega the angular frequency? Do you want to ask or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then we'll have an answer. So this is the equation or the solution of simple harmonic motion, and this is the differential equation of simple harmonic motion. And what about the time period? What do you understand by time period? Time period of an oscillation is what?
One by frequency.
Mathematically,
Taken
you are
for
correct.
one complete cycle.
Yes, when the oscillation or completes one cycle, in which time duration? That time duration is known as time period. And what do you mean by completing a full cycle? It means that after the time t, capital T, if this position or the displacement is the same as the position or the displacement at time small t minus t, capital T. Okay? If after a time period capital T, this displacement does not change, it gains its value again, then that time capital T is known as time period of the oscillation. And how do we know using this equation? Mathematically, we know that if we add this 2 pi in this argument, then there will be no change in the position. Am I right? I have added 2 pi here. Okay. If you are agree, then I can rearrange these terms like this. There is no problem. I have taken another bracket only, right? And at this time, I do this thing. I take this omega out of this bracket. Then what happens? Here this is omega multiplied by small t plus 2 pi divided by omega. And this whole equation gives the amplitude with the displacement x. And it is the same as the displacement as this. And here omega is multiplied with simply t. When time is t, then displacement is x. And when time is t plus something, then also the displacement is the same. So this time should be the time period, capital T. Are you agree with it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Capital T means 2 pi by omega. Okay. And if this is 2 pi by omega, then what is this omega? Omega should be the angular frequency. From here, we know that omega is angular frequency. And from here, we know how the time period should be calculated, 2 pi by omega. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So let us go.
Sir, could you please repeat this part?
Okay. We start from here. So this is the solution or the equation of simple harmonic motion. And here this phi is the phase difference. This t is the time at which we are measuring the position of the mass, and that position is x, right? So we know that in sine or cos or tan, whatever, if we add the 2 pi term in this argument, then we get the value of the term same. Okay, we get the same value. So 2 pi is added in this argument. We get nothing changed. Then we rearranged these two terms, omega t plus 2 pi, because we don't know anything about this phi. So we have added 2 pi into omega t. Then we took omega common among these two terms. Then we got omega t plus 2 pi by omega. And this term, this equation and this equation are of the same kind. Here omega is multiplied by with something plus phi is there, and here omega is again multiplied by something plus phi. And with these two equations are for the same value of the position x and x. So here t was the time at which the position is x for that particle, and here t plus 2 pi by omega is the time at which the position of the particle is x, the same position. It means the value which we have added in the time must be the time period of the oscillation. So this 2 pi by omega is the time period of the oscillation, because after this time also the position is not changed for the particle, or particle has restored its position after this time period 2 pi by omega, and this is time period by because it is
ये भी
added
तो
to
हो
the
सकता
time.
है कि 2 बार ऑसिलेट कर गया हो.
हाँ, हो सकता है, लेकिन यहाँ पे 2 पाई इज द मिनिमम वैल्यू. अगर 2 पाई से हमने कम रखा होता तो गड़बड़ हो जाती, तो ये वैल्यू चेंज हो जाती, क्योंकि ये दिस इज द मिनिमम वैल्यू विच कैन बी एडेड. This is the minimum value which can be added, and so this is the minimum value of the time after which we are watching for the position of the particle. ठीक है, तो दो बार नहीं हो सकता है. क्यों? क्योंकि ये मिनिमम था. हाँ, you can put here 2n pi. N is any integer number, 2n pi, then it will be 2n pi by omega. Then 2n pi by omega will be the multiple of time period. ठीक है, तो ये एक से ज्यादा नहीं हो सकता. This is the minimum time period which can be added, because otherwise this value will change. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and this thing is cos. You can put sine also, there will be no problem. There will be change in the phase difference only for the pi. No, pi by 2. Okay, so if everything is clear, then we'll go further. Should I go?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Then
sir.
this is the graphical notation of the oscillations. Oscillation goes like this. This is the position, this is the time, and position as a function of time is plotted here as a function of cos or sine. So any sinusoidal function or cosine function of the time are the simple harmonic motion, and this distance is the period of the time. This is because this is a time, right? Or distance from here to here is a time period, and this maximum distance is the amplitude from the equilibrium position. And time period we have already known. The time period is 2 pi root m by k. Why 2 pi root m by k? Because this is t, capital T equal to 2 pi by omega. See, 2 pi by omega, and omega is what? Omega is under root of k by m. Clear? So capital T or time period is 2 pi root m upon k, and the frequency is 1 by t. Frequency is 1 by 2 pi root k by m. Okay, is it fine? So here we have the position, the equation for the position of the particle in simple harmonic motion. If we want to have its velocity, just derive it with respect to time, dx over dt. So we'll get minus omega a sine something, right? And for acceleration, we'll have to derive velocity with respect to time. So this will give you this thing. Minus omega square is cos omega t plus y. Okay, so these are the velocities and acceleration of the particle. This is position. Position is changing according to cos function. Again, velocity is changing according to sine function. So it is opposite, right? Whenever this is positive, x is positive, velocity is negative. Okay. Then again, acceleration. Acceleration is a function of cos, so it must be in the same phase, same pace as the x is. Okay, but it is in negative direction, so negative again. So this is acceleration, this is velocity, this is simply the displacement of the particle. This is known as amplitude of the particle, and the maximum velocity is this. How will you know the value of maximum velocity? You can do it using this equation. Whenever sine omega t plus phi is maximum, the velocity will be maximum. Okay, so maximum velocity is omega a, simply the value of maximum velocity, and this should be under root of k by m times the amplitude. And what about the maximum acceleration of the particle? This is omega square a, right? Whenever cos omega t plus phi is 1 maximum. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So next, in the last, we will talk about the application. What is the application of simple harmonic motion? You have seen the clocks, pendulum clocks. Have you seen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, great. So in those clocks, we use simple harmonic motion because for a simple harmonic motion, time period is the same. Time period will not change, and so we can count the oscillation, and in this way we can calculate the time period. How much time has been elapsed? It will be calculated by counting the oscillations of the simple pendulum, and this function is embedded in the pendulum clocks. So what we have done in this lecture, finally, this was, we have known the force, restoring force, we have known the definition of simple harmonic motion, then we have come to know the differential equation for the simple harmonic motion, this one, and then we had the solution of the simple harmonic motion in cos form, or you can use the sine form also. Then we came to the point where the time period was calculated, time period and frequency of the simple harmonic motion. Okay. In the next class, we'll stop here. In the next class, we will go through the simple pendulum. We'll talk about the simple pendulum. We'll derive the equations, and we'll solve the equations and many other things. Okay. If everything is clear, then we can end here, or you can ask the questions. Is there any question?
No,
Sir, is it important that we keep the equation of displacement in cosine function?
No, it is not necessary. You can use sine function also, but it is necessary that you are using either sine function or cos function.
Okay, sir.
Okay. अरे उत्कर्ष, I forgot. मुझे उसी टाइम पे तुम याद दिला देते, ठीक है? मैं हिंदी में बोल लूंगा, ठीक है? उसी टाइम पे थोड़ा बता देना मुझे अगर मैं भूल जाऊं, क्योंकि फ्लो में मुझे याद नहीं रहता कि हिंदी में ही बोलूं. नेक्स्ट टाइम पे मैं याद रखूंगा. और कोई? एनी अदर क्वेश्चन?
सर.
यस.
सर हमने k/m को ओमेगा स्क्वायर को लिया.
k/m को ओमेगा स्क्वायर क्यों लिया है? देखो, k/m को ओमेगा स्क्वायर लिया था केवल इसलिए जिससे कि इसे आसान किया जा सके. ये हो सकता था कोई a स्क्वायर भी हो सकता था, सम कांस्टेंट स्क्वायर हो सकता था. अगर यहाँ पे केवल ओमेगा लेते, केवल a लेते, या फिर c ले लेते, कोई कांस्टेंट ले लेते, तो यहाँ हमें लिखना पड़ता अंडर रूट ऑफ दैट ओमेगा. अगर यहाँ केवल ओमेगा है तो यहाँ अंडर रूट ऑफ ओमेगा लिखना पड़ता. जब तुम मैथमेटिक्स में सॉल्यूशन ऑफ डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशंस पढ़ोगे तब तुम्हें पता पड़ेगा कि यहाँ जो कुछ है सेकंड ऑर्डर डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन में, अगर यहाँ पे जो भी है उसका अंडर रूट रखना पड़ता है, इसलिए हमने यहाँ ऑलरेडी किसी का स्क्वायर ले लिया। ये अच्छी बात है कि आगे जाके हमें पता पड़ा कि वो जो स्क्वायर था वो वास्तव में वही जिसका स्क्वायर था वही हमारे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट था। ठीक है, वही हमारे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट था। ठीक है, तो ये अच्छी बात थी कि हमें बाद में जाके पता पड़ा कि वही इंपॉर्टेंट था हमारे लिए। ठीक, लेकिन स्क्वायर इसलिए लिया था जिससे कि सॉल्यूशन ऑफ मैथमेटिकल इक्वेशन इजियर रहे। ठीक है, फ्रॉम हियर we'll continue in the next class.